So let us look at the meniscus of liquids in a glass tube. And these two liquids we are going to use water and mercury. So let us look at the meniscus of water. Let's look at the one for water. Okay, so we shall first draw that diagram there. Okay, and we shall have something like this. Okay. We shall put our water there. That's the meniscus of water. And here we can draw the meniscus of mercury. So you can put your meniscus. Mercury. Okay. And draw the same tube here. Right. So this is the one for water. And this is the one for mercury. So you can label, this is mercury. And this one is water. Okay, let us call this one A. And call this one maybe, let's call this one B. And call it there like that. A and the other one is B. Okay, water, mercury. So this one is concave. This is a concave meniscus. And this one is a convex meniscus. So meniscus. Okay, like that. So that's the shape of the meniscus. Now we are going to explain the reason. So for water, what is the explanation? So as shown in B, why does it have a concave meniscus? So they are saying here, have you finished drawing the diagram? Daki, have you finished drawing the diagram?
Yes.
Okay. Is this dark here? Yes?
Yes. Yes.
No. This is not dark here. I know dark here's voice. Who is this one?
It is that
Yeah?
I'm Dakia.
Okay. So let us look at they are saying that for water here, they're saying that for water in the glass tube, the force of adhesion between the water and the glass molecules is greater than the force of cohesion among the water molecules. So water clings on the glass, forming a concave meniscus. So why does water? So here we can say, let us give the explanation here, and we say that it's an explanation. So the explanation why water has a concave meniscus is that you can say that water has a concave meniscus. Water has a concave meniscus because the adhesion force between there is the adhesion force. Let me see whether I can use another paper here and explain for you that. So there is, if this is the water here, this is the capillary tube, and we have water here. Okay, let me first do it like this, because some of you may think water may be like that. Okay, so if you pour water, it will be like that. But because water has molecules, and also these, let's say these are the walls of the capillary tube, they also have molecules. These are the molecules of the capillary tube. These ones here, those are the molecules of capillary tube. Let me shade them to give a difference. These are the molecules of the tube, and these are the molecules of water. Okay, so here I have water, and here we have the capillary tube. Capillary tube, or the glass tube, and call it capillary or the glass tube. Now, if these are the molecules, even somewhere on the surface here like this, because of the adhesive forces being greater than the cohesion force. So inside here we have cohesion force. These are cohesion forces in between the molecules of water only. These are cohesion forces. Okay, these are cohesion forces. Even here, they are cohesion forces like that. These are cohesion forces. Now the cohesion forces are inside the water molecules. Now the other force that is between the water molecules and the glass molecules is what we call the adhesion force. So because the adhesion force is greater than this cohesion molecules, so these are the adhesion forces, these ones between molecules of glass, and what? And the molecules of water. So these molecules which are on the surface are going to be attracted to the molecules which are on the surface of glass by the adhesion forces. So these ones will be attracted. They will be attracted by the adhesion force. So in the due process, you find that these molecules here are attracted towards the surface of the glass. In the due process, these molecules start now moving, shifting from this point to this point. So they keep on shifting like that because they are attracted towards the what? Towards the surface. So as they cling on the surface of the glass, they form what we call a concave what? A concave meniscus, because they are being attracted by the molecules of glass, and the force of attraction between them is what we call the adhesion force. So in the due process, the molecules which are on the surface are going to be attracted by the molecules of the glass by the adhesion force. So you have you have the meniscus curving upwards, or the meniscus having a concave shape like that. So that's the reason there. So we can say that water has a concave meniscus because, now in your books you write, because the adhesion force between the water and the glass molecules is greater than the force, is greater than the cohesion force between, or you can say among the water molecules. Okay, so that's the reason why water has a concave meniscus. Shown, it is what? Concave Meniscus. Is it okay?
Meniscus.
So let us write down why mercury has a convex meniscus. So this was for water, so 2 for mercury. So mercury has a convex meniscus. Who can give me the reason? Why does it have a concave meniscus? Why? Why does it have a convex meniscus, mercury?
Mercury has a convex meniscus because the cohesion force between the mercury molecules are greater than the glass tube molecules.
Come again. It is because
the cohesion force greater than
the cohesion force
greater than the glass molecule, greater than the adhesion, greater than the adhesion force.
Is greater than the adhesion force between the water and the glass molecules. So you should know that. Thank you very much, Sean. So you should know that cohesion forces, they are between molecules of the same substance. So that's why you can say that mercury has a convex meniscus, because the cohesion force between or amongst the mercury the mercury molecules, the cohesion force amongst the mercury molecules is greater than the adhesion force between. Now, adhesion force must be between molecules of one substance and molecules of another substance. So the cohesion force that is amongst the mercury molecules is far greater than the adhesion force between the mercury and the glassy molecules. That's the reason. The glass molecules. That's the reason. Okay. So here they are saying that, on the other hand, the force of cohesion among mercury molecules is greater than the adhesion force between mercury molecules and glass molecules. So mercury molecules cling to each other, forming a convex meniscus. Okay. So we can add that and say the mercury molecules cling. The word is what? Cling to each other, forming a convex meniscus. So when you come back here at school, or when you go back at school, like that here, when you go back to school next year, and also your friends, and they ask you, define cohesion force, define adhesion force, why does it have a concave meniscus if poured in a glass tube? These are the reasons, and those are the answers. You give this, you get your full marks. You get your 10 marks. Okay? Or you get your 2 marks. So it depends on the question. Are we together, members? Are we together?
Yes.
Okay. Any question? So let me ask you. Now I'm going to ask you. Have you finished copying this? So here they define, please note, they're saying, please note, weighting is the ability of a liquid weighting is the ability of a liquid to maintain contact with a solid, resulting from strong adhesive forces when the two are brought together, like water in a test tube, ink spreading on a paper, or paint on a wall. So what is weighting is the ability of a liquid to maintain contact with a solid surface due to strong adhesive forces that are between them, or are between the molecules. So that's weighting. If someone asks you, define weighting, so you can note it and say note. Weighting. So water weights glass, meaning that water sustains or maintains contact with glass. Glass is a solid, so water can stay on glass. So meaning that water weights glass. Water weighting glass is what we call weighting, and weighting is the ability of a liquid to maintain contact, ability of a liquid to maintain contact with a solid surface, due to the adhesive force, or we can say due to the strong adhesive force between them, between their molecules. Okay. So there must be a strong adhesive force that is between their molecules. That's what we call weighting. So water weights glass. Give the reason why water weights glass. Water weights glass because the adhesive force is greater than the cohesion force between their molecules. So the adhesive force between their molecules is greater than the cohesive force, like that, and then you get to know what we mean by that. So when you come back in the next session, if you have no question, right now I'm inviting questions. If you have a question, you can ask, but when we come back, we are going to look at surface tension. Are we together? And we are going to be maybe able to see one video, and then we see what surface tension is. So do you have any question? We are remaining with seconds. Any question? Kalunji?
No, teacher.
Pav, do you have any question? Okay,
No.
All right, so when we come back, we are going to look at surface tension, and we are going to understand what surface tension is. So don't miss it out, because I'm preparing my video here to show you. Okay? So you can have a